Now, the government says it will press ahead with changes to the welfare system despite defeats in the Lords. Labour and independent peers and some Lib Dems voted down restrictions on benefits for cancer patients and young disabled people. Imagine. Restrictions on benefits for cancer patients and young disabled people. Employment Minister Chris Grayling said the welfare state would support those in genuine need, as indeed the Beadle did in Oliver Twist. But tough decisions had to be taken to tackle the deficit. Tough decisions, of course, always means pain for somebody else. Labour said ministers had crossed the basic line of British decency. The government says its controversial welfare reform bill, which applies to England, Scotland and Wales, is the biggest shake-up of the welfare system in 60 years. Now, the vote in the Lords went against them, but they're pressing ahead. Well, Margo Milne is a disability campaigner and a blogger and has been good enough to join us to kick this debate off this evening. Margo, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How did you feel about the government's reaction to the defeats in the House of Lords? Were you surprised, disappointed, what?
I was very disappointed, but in a way not surprised.
No, I mean, I think you were probably right not to be surprised. Just sketch out for the listeners, would you, the kind of cuts that are being made and to which you take exception.
There's two different types of benefit involved. The one that was being voted on this week was a benefit called Employment and Support Allowance, which is a new benefit. It's an out-of-work benefit for people who are not able to work due to ill health. And the votes were, what the vote was for was on limiting the length of time that you can get the benefit.
Yeah. Even though your circumstances don't change.
That's right, yes. What they're saying is if you're getting it due to the amount of contributions you've got, rather than because of your income, that you're, I beg your pardon. If you're getting it because of your contributions, they're going to, you'll only be able to get it for 1 year, and then they'll means test it.
Yes.
And then if you've got any other income, or if your family circumstances, or if your partner is getting too much, they'll just stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And
so what campaign is going on? I mean, you're a blogger on this.
Yes.
Tell us how we can read your blogs and how we can relate to this campaign.
Right. There was a major report came out last week called Responsible Reform.
This was like an alternative plan for reform, was it?
That's right. It was written, it's all been written, researched and funded by severely disabled people. And it's revealed some really quite shocking things about the consultation process for the government's plans, that they really haven't taken people's views on the consultation into consideration. And
where can we read that alternative report?
If you look on Twitter,
yeah,
and look for the hashtag Spartacus Report, all one word.
Good name.
It's an excellent name.
I like the name.
You'll find links to it.
Margo, thanks for that. And how do we read your blogs?
My blog's called Funky Mango's Musings.
Say that again?
Funky Mango's Musings.
Another great name.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Margo Milne, disability campaigner and blogger.